Whether you're a student, a full-time mom, a CEO, or currently looking for a job, we all want to improve our life in one way or another. In today's video, I would like to share with you 10 simple yet effective ways you can do just that. Hi everyone, my name is Anamascara and I help students and young professionals like yourself achieve their academic and career goals without sacrificing their mental health. In my experience, I've learned the hard way that it's really the details, those small, seemingly irrelevant and often overlooked habits and actions that truly make a difference. So, first things first, let us use Olga Phoenixe's self-care wheel as a guide and make sure we target every dimension. Starting with the emotional sphere. Number 1. Learn to identify your emotions effectively. Do you know how many emotions a human being can experience? If you can count them on one hand, you're wrong. The correct number is around, 34,000. Emotions are signals that can guide us to the right actions. If you're feeling sad, this might incite you to call a friend or take a bath to distress. However, if you don't know how to spot and understand your emotions, that same feeling of sadness can lead to destructive behaviors like drinking, rumination, or self-hatred. Before you master this skill, I would recommend you first target strong emotions that cause an impulsive action because these are more easily identifiable. For example, I am an emotional eater, so when I catch myself grabbing that bag of chips and 2 bars of chocolate, planning to binge, I notice the impulsive action because it's not my normal MO. And then I ask myself, what emotion am I feeling right now? If you need help identifying it, check out the description box below. I inserted a link to Phoenixe's Wheel of Emotions explained in greater detail. Although this tool can be used in more complex ways, you can simply use it as a guide to pinpoint your primary and secondary emotions. Number 2, learn to use the stop strategy. Continuing on the topic of strong emotions, once you've identified them, you can use a number of techniques to diffuse the feeling and get your power back. Don't let your emotions rule you. Accept them, understand them, and use them to assist you. Here's where the stop strategy can help. Basically, stop stands for S, just pause for a minute, so blatantly stop. T, take a break. O is for observe. P is for pull back and put it in some perspective. And finally, the last P stands for practice what works and proceed. The first few times you use this, you might need to write everything down on a piece of paper or in your notes app on your iPhone. But with practice, this strategy will become second nature to you and will also save you a lot of problems and stomach aches. I promise you that. The psychological sphere. Set personal boundaries and enforce them. If you are a people pleaser and often find yourself doing things because of guilt or obligation, this means that you have poor or non-existing boundaries. I don't want to say too much on this subject because I want to dedicate an entire video on the topic, but in a nutshell, a personal boundary is a limit or space between you and the other person, a clear place where you begin and the other person ends. The purpose of setting a healthy boundary is, of course, to protect and take good care of you. Again, I don't want to give too many details, but please check out the free worksheet in the description box below that tells you more about the different types of boundaries and how to set healthy ones for yourself. Moving on to the physical sphere. Schedule health admin days. Ever heard of spring cleaning? Well, this is the same idea applied to your physical well-being. Using the seasons as reference, book 4 complete days to focus on the following. Schedule any doctor's appointments that you have been putting off. Go through your kitchen and evaluate what kinds of food you've been eating of late. Take a long, hard look in the mirror, and I mean a long, hard look, at your entire body, meaning head to toe, and identify what areas you've been neglecting. These exercises are absolutely essential, and I encourage you to even tell your mom about them, because we all have a tendency to get lost in the daily grind, and you just wake up one morning with a massive toothache or a stress rash all over your back and you have no clue where it came from. The personal sphere. Learn more about yourself. Who are you? What is your story? Investing time in self-discovery can be life-changing because it shines a light on your priorities, values, and needs. And if you know yourself, your self-worth, you can then take care of yourself better and set more accurate boundaries to make sure others respect you just as much as you respect yourself. But how do you learn more about yourself? Well, this is where my friends over at Skillshare can help. With a wide variety of courses on self-discovery, self-care, mindfulness, and more, you can begin your path towards self-discovery today for free. Skillshare is less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, but the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description box below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative, or in this case, self-discovery journey. Members get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. It really is the ideal place for lifelong learners. And since Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused. Skillshare offers membership with meaning, with so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives. Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. And at a time where so many important conversations are happening in our world, your voice is more essential than ever. Explore classes to unlock your creativity for social good. If you don't know where to start, I highly recommend Yasmin's Cheyenne's class called Writing for Self-Discovery, 6 Journaling Prompts for Gratitude and Growth. I find her way of teaching so straightforward and calming, and her voice is super comforting. I feel like I'm listening to a friend giving me advice over coffee. Moving on, learn more about your relationship with someone you love. I think you're really gonna thank me for this one. A few days ago, I discovered this list of 80 intimate questions to ask your partner, and not only is it a fun exercise to do, but it really opens up your eyes when it comes to your relationship with someone. These are questions that we sometimes don't think of asking because they're so obvious and we think that we know the answer to them. But another thing I've learned the hard way, you can't read people's minds. So don't assume. Just play the question game. I will link it in the description, of course. The professional sphere. Number 1. Create a professional environment. An aesthetically pleasing and well-organized work desk does wonders for your motivation. Did you know that? So don't neglect the space you study or work in. Invest in it. I am currently still building mine, so thumbs up if you would like me to do an office/desk tour when it's done. I think that could be a really fun video to film, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Create your personal brand. I've done an entire video dedicated to creating your personal brand, so I encourage you to watch it to fully benefit from those tips. Today, I just want to highlight the importance of personal branding and staying true to who you are and how you want to be perceived/treated by others. And I thought, what better way to do that than to read you a passage from my all-time favorite books called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And I quote, "There is no possible reversal. Reputation is critical. There are no exceptions to this law. Since we must live in society and must depend on the opinions of others, there is nothing to be gained by neglecting your reputation. By not caring how you are perceived, you let others decide this for you. Be the master of your fate and also of your reputation. And finally, the spiritual sphere. Number 1, remind yourself of the bigger picture. I've recently had a health scare, let's just leave it at that, and the whole ordeal forcefully reminded me that there really is no point sweating the small stuff. I just want to be happy and at peace. So keep your values in mind, surround yourself with supportive people that love you, and be grateful for what you have, because you might not have it tomorrow. Reconnect with nature. You are one with this world. And given that many of us are not allowed to see other people during the holidays due to, the current state of the world, I urge you to use this opportunity to reconnect with nature. Take long walks outside, build a snowman, and yes, even if you are 35 years old. Take pictures of the trees, record the first snowfall. All of these small activities ground you. They remind you that we're all in this together. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to me if you like what you see, because I post new videos once a week. And before I forget, thank you one last time to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate the support. Bye guys!